What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a bird's eye comparison of the Samsung A80 and the Samsung S10, Samsung's new phones from 2019. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so you can get notifications when I upload the video. So let's get right into this bird's eye comparison. Okay, so we have the Samsung A80 here. This is a new phone from Samsung, which was announced on the on April. So this month, well, when this video is made, and from what I've seen, it is only there's more information on its release in India than others, and so this is the estimated price. So it is meant to be around 650 something euros, but I've converted it into dollars for you Americans, and British can convert it into pounds. That's around 500 something pounds. So so it's $756 for the Samsung A80, so it's not a cheap phone. Most of Samsung's phones from the A series have been really good quality phones, and from the reviews I've seen online about from the A series, they do have really good phones there, right? So these are some of the specs. It has a Super AMOLED display at 6.7 inches, and as you can see, the screen to body ratio is more than the S10e. That's meant to say S10e, not S10. You may say 85.8% here, but I'm not sure that's correct because it has less bezels and more screen. It doesn't have a hole punch or more bezels like the S10e. So it is a 1080p display, Full HD plus, which is alright. It's bright, vivid, every feature of a Super AMOLED display. Right, let's move on to the operating system. It uses the Samsung One UI based off Android 9 Pie. So it has the latest stuff and you're not losing out on anything. This is the same Android version and Samsung UI on the S10 and on the S10 Plus and S9, further up to the S10 5G or the S10 or the Note 10. I think there will be a Note 10, I can't remember. Yeah, so it uses this Qualcomm Snapdragon 730. Right. Unlike the Samsung S10e, it uses, let me look for it and find it. It uses the Snapdragon 855, which is the newer Snapdragon processor, so it's going to be slower than the S10e for sure. The GPU is the Adreno 618. I don't really know how to do GPU stuff, so apart from dedicated GPU stuff. Right. Apparently it says here it does not have a SIM card slot. An SD card slot, yeah. So the storage is not expandable. I don't know why. I think because the rotating camera at the back takes up a lot of space already. So yeah, but that is taken care of by putting a 128 gigabyte storage capacity in this phone out of the box. It comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, whilst the S10e comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM. So on the RAM side, the A80 has more. The main camera is a triple camera setup with a 48 megapixel shooter, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a time of flight 3D camera. So the time of flight 3D camera enables live focus. So if you're taking a video, you can focus on yourself and blur the background like you're using a DSLR to video yourself, or a video camera or something like that. It records at 4K 30 FPS and 1080p at 30. I'm sure that's meant to be 1080p at 60 FPS, but forget about that. Has panorama HDR. Right, the selfie camera is the main camera, but it pops up and rotates the main camera to face you, so that gives you the best picture quality than any other selfie camera out there, like even better than the S10es. So you're taking a 48 megapixel selfie, imagine that. And also you can take an ultra wide, wider than the selfies that you can take on the S10e. And you can also take 4K 30 FPS videos with the back camera, which turns into a front facing camera. Right, so it has a loudspeaker. It does not have a 3.5mm jack. That is a problem. I was expecting it to have one. It has two stereo mics, so one for noise cancellation with and Dolby Atmos. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, USB 2. Oh, right, it uses the USB Type C to charge, so that's good. Right, so like the S10, not the S10e, it has an under-screen fingerprint scanner, but I'm not sure it's going to be optical. I'm not sure it's going to be what's the name? Well, I'm not sure it's going to be like the one on the S10, but it should be an optical fingerprint scanner under the screen, not ultrasonic. Right? Yeah, that's the word. Okay, so it has a 3,700 milliamp hour battery, which is non-removable, and also comes with 25 watts fast charger, and it's fast charging enabled too. So it comes with a higher rated power bank or charger than the S10e, I think. So that's good on this side. Okay, now we move on to the S10e. It's meant to say S10e. Bam. There we go. Wonderful. Right, so it is more expensive than the a80, and I'll give you the reasons why it's more expensive. So let's just scroll down to the specs. Right, so Gorilla Glass 5, all the stuff you would normally find on a Samsung. IP68 dust and water resistant or proof, up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes, so that's really good. Unlike the a80, it uses a dynamic AMOLED display. Now, I don't really know what that means, but you have to explain it to me in the description. Right, so it has a smaller screen than the a80 at 5.8 inches and a 8.3.3 screen to body ratio. So I think it has what's it called? Yeah, it has the a80 has a better screen to body ratio, but a lower PPI, so a lower screen density. Right, so on the S10e is a full HD plus display too, just like the a80, but it supports HDR10 plus, so, and always on display, so that's really good. That's not on the a80. Okay, right, uses Android 9 and Samsung One UI just like the a80. Right, so this phone comes with the Exynos 9820 and the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, depending on where you are. So for people that are in the US would use Qualcomm, and for those who are in the UK would use Exynos. It's an octa-core processor clocked at 2.31 gigahertz. Uses a Mali. This also depends on where you are. So the Mali G76 GPU is for those who are in, say, international, or in the UK, or the Adreno 640, which is America and China and most countries like that. Right, so this supports a micro SD card, unlike the A80 which doesn't, and you can expand up to 512 gigabytes. So out of the box, the phone comes with 256 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM, or 128 gigabytes of storage and 6 gigabytes of RAM. So you have two variants for this one, so that's good. The 256 gigabytes variant comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, just like the A80 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, so that's good. So this has a dual camera setup, unlike the A80 which has a triple camera setup. So it has a 12 megapixel wide camera and a 60 megapixel ultra wide. So the wide camera has optical image stabilization, and the ultra wide does not have it. So I don't know if that bothers you, but yeah. So you can record 4K at 60 FPS, 1080p at 240, 720 by 960, and HDR and dual video recorders. I think that means record the back camera and the front camera at the same time. So the selfie camera is a 10 megapixel shooter, f1.9. Is a wide camera, so it can cover up most places. But unlike the A80, which uses the back camera, so you can have those ultra wide selfies. So if you're, say for example, taking pictures with friends, you can do that on the A80, but not on the Samsung S10e. So it records at 4K 30 and 1080p 30. This has stereo speakers, so the sound comes from the earpiece and the speaker at the bottom of the phone. Comes with a 3.5mm headphone jack. That's always good to see. Active noise cancellation with dedicated mic, so that's when you're taking phone calls, it like tries to focus more on your voice and block out surrounding sounds. Say for example you're walking and a car drives by, it tries to prioritize your voice more and makes you sound clearer. So it has Dolby Atmos and AKG sound. Right. So I know it comes with Bluetooth 5.0. I don't know which one. Well, let's see if this comes with Bluetooth 5.0. It doesn't say here, but maybe that's because it's not released yet. Okay, so in my opinion, I would take the S10e solely because it has way more features than the A80. Like the S10e has reverse wireless charge, so that's good to have if you have, say, AirPods or the Samsung earbuds or any device that uses wireless charging, or you have your Samsung watch and you can charge it, or your Apple watch if they support wireless charging. I don't know. Yeah, and also the fact that the S10e actually comes with an IP water and dust resistant rating. So I don't know if this has the same thing. So that's why I would take the S10e over the A80. But the A80 is a really good phone. The motorized camera and everything. Like the only reason why I would, in a way, somewhat take the a80s because of the pop-up camera and the fact that I can take 48 megapixel selfies. Like, come on, who would not want to take 48 megapixel selfies? It's crazy. Damn. Okay. Right. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, oh, and also the s10e has, before I forget, it has a fingerprint scanner. Is it capacitive? I don't know. At the side here instead of on the screen. So I don't know, maybe if that will change your mind on which one you get, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and also dislike, and just comment if you didn't like it, then dislike. If you liked it, then like it. You know how it goes. Subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notifications when I upload a new video. And if you want me to actually feature these phones on my channel, then subscribe. That will help me a lot, and I should be able to bring you some hard copies of the phones. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.